Welcome, everybody, to a brand new episode of STSL Off the Track, and it is now week 12 of the Monster Truck season here in 2026. And for today, we have a few things to cover. Actually, it's going to be probably a short episode, maybe under 40 minutes, since it is just me, unfortunately. The rest of the guys have, unfortunately, a busier week. Nafijin will be out. He is gone. He's going to Atlanta, actually, for a networking trip. Dorsey has some personal business going on. Zona Monsters, just being Zona Monsters. And of course, doing this one on my own because as of today on Tuesday, today right now is Tuesday. Of course, the next couple of days I have a tooth extraction, so that's gonna leave me with the gauze on for the rest of the couple of days. So that would be also recording days. So I'd rather do it right now instead on my own, save the time and be everything to it. So without further ado, it is just me today, and we're going straight. Well, we're not going straight on to Sports World because obviously Nafijen would be helping us out covering that. But since he is gone, we're gonna go skip on straight through to the Monster Trucks. See the shows we had this last weekend for from last week. Let's go right here. Yeah, I couldn't. I accidentally pressed the wrong button here in the Streamlabs. So here we are, the shows we had from last weekend. Starting off with Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Fire in Corpus Christi, Texas. Of course, this was the East Coast tour. No, the West. Yeah, no, East Coast tour. Sorry. Sacramento, California didn't have the Glow and Fire gimmick. Instead, it was just a normal Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live show in Sacramento, California, in the Cal Expo grandstands. Of course, this is one of the first outdoor shows domestically they've had all year. The next one up is Boise, Idaho. The lineup included a 5-Alarm Joe Cypher, Bigfoot Caleb Yanisich, Bone Shaker Clint Watson, Mega Rex Dylan Bartz, Rhinomite Anthony Ritter, Skelosaurus Mike Phelps, and Tiger Shark with Mike Mentor. Of course, there wasn't a lot of there wasn't even a lot of footage off this show. There was a few here and there from Facebook, but no one really recorded it, unfortunately. There was a few things that we did hear about is that there was a few complaints about the show itself. I didn't get to read or hear anything about it just yet. Only footage that was posted from this show was a few news sites. Other than that, there wasn't anything else. I guess really no one wanted to go to the show, which, I mean, I don't blame him, but come on. This was an outdoor show, and the only one dying for them was Avenger Racing. Other than that, they had an outdoor show. They'll have another one here soon, I believe, in this upcoming summer. Next up is Monster X Tour in Lake Charles, Louisiana. The lineup included Barefoot Byron Cadigan. This one's new. Gotta zoom in here. Evil Leprechaun with Thomas Kimmons. Monster Patrol, Paul Craighead. Rampage Byron Cadigan. Wicked Sickness with Mark Andrew. Pasco, Washington also had Monster X Tour. This lineup included Boss Gator. How do you even pronounce this? Riley Hogue? Okay. Carolina Crusher, Rob Poutre. Dragon Slayer, Caden Morris. Monster Patrol with Jared and Anna Compton. And Werewolf, Stanley Hernandez. Duquesne, Utah had the Monster Truck Next Level Tour. And yes, it was only a 2-truck show. That being with Hillbilly, Tim Manchester, and Midnight Panic, Leroy Latham. Van Buren, Arkansas, Monster Truck Wars. The lineup included Locomotive with Predator legend Alan Pizzo driving behind the wheel, Outlaw Brandon Pizzo, Shark Attack Haley Angstrom, T-Rex Colton Fowler, and of course Syracuse also had Wars. The lineup included Justin Murphy Locomotive, Alan Fenstermacher, Outlaw, Jerry Froster, Shark Attack, and T-Rex Devin Jones. Auburn, California. One of 2 shows for 2X Monster Trucks. This was a 4-truck lineup. Jeremiah Paris with Brutal, Corey Kinel. By the way, shout out to Corey Kinel. He has a birthday today, so happy birthday, Corey Kinel. Of course, driver of Jekyll and Hyde. Mike Nugent, the Nuge, with Rowan Rex. And unfortunately, Max is not here, so we'll be hearing it with Dan, the man, Dahlgren. Yeah, Shark Bite. Waco, Texas, 2X Monster Trucks 2X Monster Trucks Live Tour as well. This lineup is awesome, and it was in the heart of Texas Speedway. So this lineup includes, of course, Road Finals Freestyle and Racing Champion Jimmy Crean, Jurassic Attack, Preston Collins, Scarlet Bandit, Don Green, Shell Shock, Dalton Widener, Velociraptor, Bam Christensen, and of course Vendetta, Mike Christensen. Those, of course, if you're familiar with those names, of course, some of those do come from Monster Jam. Of course, two of those being from Stadium Series West, and of course, Jurassic Attack and Velociraptor, both being from Toughest. And of course, Bam also made her driving debut this year, which is awesome to see. Also, Monster Tour in Johnson City, Tennessee. Lineup includes High Tide, Zach Wickenbach, Kraken, Nick Pagliarulo, Love Miss Madness, Athena Kozel, Misfire, Brooke Pagliarulo, and Rat Attack, Jacob Ladwick. So we're going straight on to the shows from last week for Jam. Of course, we had four domestic shows we had this past weekend. Of course, the one on break is Stadium West. So we're going to go straight on to the results, starting off with Arena West from Tucson, Arizona. They had 5 shows this past weekend. Of course, also shout out to Zona Monsters. Go check out his videos from shows 4 and 5. Of course, those are the Sunday afternoon and evening shows. So starting off with Tucson, Arizona from Friday evening, show 1. Your racing winner is Gravedigger defeating Earthshaker. Earth Skills goes to Dalmatian, Freestyle goes to Dalmatian, and not a perfect event, but he still gets overall, is Blake Ranger Dalmatian. For racing on show 2, your winner is El Troloco Thunderors. El Troloco defeating Thunderors. Skills goes to Dalmatian once again. Freestyle goes to Matt Cody and Gravedigger, but overall goes to Armando Castro and El Troloco. Show 3. Your racing winner is Gravedigger defeating Jurassic Attack. Of course, THJ. Skills challenge goes to Dalmatian. Freestyle goes to El Troloco. And the overall goes to Mr. Tim Hall Jr. Jurassic Attack. Show 4, Sunday. Your racing winner was Gravedigger defeating Earthshaker. Skills goes to El Troloco. Freestyle Dalmatian. And overall goes to Blake Ranger Dalmatian. Show 5. Excuse me. Your racing winner is Blake Ranger and Dalmatian defeating Matt Cody. Skills challenge goes to Dalmatian and Freestyle on a banger run and didn't even need to do a backflip, but he didn't need to do a backflip, but he still did a backflip of some sort, more like a somersault backflip. But Blake Ranger and Dalmatian gets the Freestyle win on such a heater of a run, man. That was awesome. Like I said, go check out Zona Monsters for his clip. I believe at the beginning he shouts out Gage Bursey as he was going reverse on the pod, goes over and then hits the other side of the pod, rolls it back over on the somersault and gets it back all four BKT tires. But man, what an awesome run from Blake Granger and Dalmatian. If that wasn't enough to prove why he's your reigning defending freestyle champion, World Finals freestyle champion, of course, we hope to see him back in Salt Lake City this upcoming July. And that was the results for Arena West. Going on to Central, or also now known as Freestyle Mania. Guess give it just a second. Now, the one thing, okay, I'll mention this real quick. Now that I show the results here on the Monster Jam website, the one thing, every time I try to click on the go back pages, the one thing that keeps it making go back, well, stay in place, is actually the videos that are now on the results page, which, there's like 4 or 5, maybe one, a few, but it takes me like a couple of clicks to get them out. But anyway, just wanted to talk about that real fast. Next up is Freestyle Mania from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Of course, this is Freestyle Mania. It has been picking up lately, so we'll go over through the results here real fast. Another 5-show weekend. Starting off with show 1, Friday night. Your timed racing winner is JCB Digatron. Your skills challenge winner goes to Charlie Palk in the third. It was in Classroom Crusher. I literally cannot even talk today. So Classroom Crusher picks up a skills win. Best upright trek is Megalodon, still carrying the team for Michele Tolashka. Best trek is also Megalodon. Freestyle is CP3, Classroom Crusher getting a freestyle win. And his first overall win in his career. Look at that. Okay, if he's not getting Rookie of the Year, we got to riot. But Chucky Pocket is on one. He literally picked up steam almost 3 months. Actually, no, yeah, 3 months in to Freestyle Mania into the season in his rookie year. But Classroom Crusher and Freestyle Mania is just picking up, starting to pick it up, starting to pick up the heat, getting his first event overall, first career overall in Monster Jam. So happy for Chucky Pocket and Drew Slough Team Classroom Crusher. On to show 2, your racing time racing winner is once again JCB Diggertron. Skills goes to Brandon Talashka and Zombie. Best upright is Camp Sepulveda and Sparkle Smash. Best trick is once again Megalodon on another streak. Freestyle competition goes to Tony Oaks. And the overall goes to Team Gravedigger with 30 points. On to show 3, your time racing winner is once again JCB Diggertron. Skills is Zombie once again. Best upright is Megalodon. And this time the streak is broken once again as Camp Sepulveda and Sparkle Smash won best trick. Freestyle competition goes to Gravedigger, but the overall goes to Team JCB Diggertron. On to show 4, your racing winner is JCB Diggertron. Skills goes to JCB Diggertron. Best upright goes to Sparkle Smash. Sparkle Smash gets both the best upright and best trick competition wins. Freestyle is El Trolico, but the overall goes to Team JCB Diggertron. Sorry, every time I talk, my sinuses just keep getting even like coming together, and it hurts. It sucks, really. But so on to show 5, your racing winner is Team JCB Diggertron. Skills goes to Gravedigger. Best upright goes to Megalodon, and once again Scott Murray and Megalodon gets the best trick win once again. Freestyle goes to Diggertron. So on a near all Diggertron win, Gravedigger comes in and takes the overall win away from Team JCB Diggertron as Weston Anderson and Noah Balkin stay alive in the Freestyle Mania points, as we'll go over through that here in just a moment. Next up is Hartford, Connecticut for Arena East. Going through the shows here real fast as well, of course. Only 3 shows. Easier for me. El Toro Loco, for show 1, your racing winner is El Toro Loco defeating Dragon. Skills goes to El Toro Loco. Freestyle goes to Gravedigger. But the overall does go to MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco. Racing for show 2, your winner is Plain Crazy Montana Robbins. Talking about another birthday. Right now, as of this recording today, is also Montana Robbins' birthday. So happy birthday to Plain Crazy driver Montana Robbins. Of course, he defeated Dragon on the final round of racing and for show 2. Skills goes to Terminal Velocity. Freestyle is El Toro Loco. But the overall goes to Terminal Velocity. And show 3 gets interesting. So for your racing winner was Cody Saucier and Dragon defeating John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon. Freestyle goes to Skills goes to John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon. Am I reading that right? It is Megalodon. And Freestyle is also John Sr. and Megalodon. And his first overall this year is John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon. No one really had that in their books at all. Really. I'm not saying he's the last person you'd expect. Of course, the last person you would actually expect is Logan Ashline, but John Zimmer Sr. literally was not even the one person you would think of getting an overall. It's always between Junior, MJ, sometimes Cody. I think Kristen actually got one, but I mean, Senior, is he back? Like, this man just absolutely tore it down in Sunday afternoon in Hartford, but big congrats to Senior, of course, a veteran in the sports, known for driving other names such as Shock Therapy, Gravedigger, just to name a few. But next up, we're going to make it real fast and going on over to Detroit, Michigan. Of course, big shout out to the STSL Beam guys who were over there. Of course, one of them was the league owner and the boss man, Michael Barth, who was over there in Detroit, and as a fan. The other shout out I have to give is our friend Brett, who was here on an episode just last season. Of course, the one where we ranked new trucks and designs. Of course, that was him. He went over to Detroit to be part of the crew club in Detroit, Michigan for this Monster Jam show for these Monster Jam events. So on to Saturday night. Your racing winner is Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher, defeating Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Freestyle, no, excuse me. Skills goes to Jamie Sullivan and Sparkle Smash. I will admit, most of the majority of skills was not even good, so I could kind of see why. It was really even between Jamie or Magic Mike. Freestyle goes to Chris Kohler in Mayhem. I told y'all he was gonna go do some crazy stuff for his hometown, but the overall goes to Magic Mike Excalibur with 27 points. He ties with Classroom Crusher, but he lands in a higher spot than Classroom Crusher in freestyle. Of course, that's the tiebreaker rule. On to show 2 for Detroit. Your racing winner is Colt Stevens in Thunder Warriors, defeating Gravedigger. Skills goes to Classroom Crusher. Freestyle also was a bit of a snooze fest. I mean, like, some of the field were having great absolute runs. Shout out to Classroom Crusher, JCB Diggertron, of course, Mayhem. But freestyle for the majority was just boring. Of course, your freestyle winner was Classroom Crusher. And the overall, staying alive in the points as well, is Camden Murphy's Classroom Crusher with 33 points. I believe you're still the leader after this show is Tristan England. So that's where we're going to next, is the point standings of the current season for each show. We're literally under 17 minutes, so this is the quickest show I've ever done. So on to the points after week 12. Leaving Detroit, your leader is still Tristan England, JCB Diggertron, with 382. Camden Murphy just 21 points behind in Classroom Crusher, 361. Third is Adam Anderson, Gravedigger, 330. Chris Kohler, Mayhem in fourth with 304. And, of course, fifth is Colt Stevens, Thunder Warriors, with 300. You know, Stadium West was on a break, like I said, because their last show was El Paso. And, of course, like I previously mentioned, Shell Shocked and Vendetta were both doing a 2 Extreme show this last weekend. But your leader right now is still Ryan Anderson, his son of Digger, with 417. On to Arena West. After 5 big shows in Tucson, Blake Ranger and Dalmatian is still your leader with 876. Armando Castro, Toro Loco, 773. And second, Matt Cody, Gravedigger, 726. And third, Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack, 674. And fourth, and of course fifth, is Alex Barden, Earthshaker, 584. Arena Series East, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity, 639. MJ Solorio, Toro Loco, 584. Cody Saucier, Dragon, 500. And of course behind him is Trent Robbins, Crazy Train, 475. Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, 430. And of course on to Freestyle Mania, the points right now is still being led by Weston Anderson and Noah Balkin, Team Gravedigger, with 1,136 points. Tony Oaks and Team JCDB Diggertron with 1,076. And second, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, 1,012. Team Megalodon with 840 in fourth. And, of course, Team Classroom Crusher, after having an awesome weekend last weekend in Hartford, stands in fifth with 839. And that is your current points standings for after week 12 for all 5 Monster Jam series. Of course, we don't have international for the next couple, I believe some time actually. I don't know when the next one actually is. But other than that, we'll be going on to the upcoming shows for week 13, which is now the end of March. So the upcoming shows we have, starting off with Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live, having 2 domestically and 1 international, starting off with Charlottesville, Virginia. This is the East Coast. Council Bluffs, Iowa, with the West Coast. Of course, it's all the Glow and Fire gimmick. Leeds, United Kingdom, with the Glow and Fire. Of course, the lineup includes Rebecca Schnell, with Bigfoot, Bone Shaker, Cody Smith, Gunkster, Allison Patrick, Kristen Miguez, Mega Rex, Darren Schnell, Ryanamite, Nick Miguez, Skelosaurus, and Tiger Shark, Rex Steffens. Monster X Tour in Farmington, New Mexico. Lineup includes Boss Gator, Jared Compton, Carolina Crusher, Rob Putre, Monster Patrol, Jared Compton, and Werewolf, Stanley Hernandez. Waco, Texas. From having 2X to Monster X Tour. Talk about a downgrade. And an arena of all things, too. Lineup includes JC Como with Anger Management, Byron Cadigan, Barefoot, Loud and Dirty, Perry Como. It's weird seeing Canadians out down in Texas. And then, of course, Rampage and just with Justin Stork. Renegade Monster Trucks, good luck. Fisherville, Virginia. Hurricane Force, Steve Thompson. Illuminator, Daniel Donnelly. God help us all. CJ Ritu, Stinger Unleashed. Yeah. Oh my God. We could say 1,000 things about CJ, and everyone has. And I'm going to just keep it there, just good luck, everyone. Next up is Corey Snyder, Toxic, and of course Cliff Vowell, Virginia Giant, Fishersville, Virginia, of course, Gainesville, Georgia, for Monster Truck Wars, Locomotive, Justin Murphy, Outlaw, Alan Fenstermacher, Shark Attack, Jerry Frostner, and T-Rex, Devin Jones, Lakeside, California, Monster Truck Wars with Rylan Hawkins, Locomotive, Brandon Pizzo, Outlaw, Kelly Angstrom, Shark Attack, and Colton Fowler, T-Rex, Bakersfield, California, for the Malicious Monster Truck Tour, of course, and Bakersfield, California. Lineup includes Elbows Up, Joe Briggs, Identity Theft, Miles Parker, Mixed Up, Gavin Sell, Rockstar, Bill Payne, and Spitfire, Nick Jones. South SC, Monster Truck Madness in Hartwell, Georgia, with American Scout, Colton Kaiser, Crime Time, Brittany Ames, Culture Shock, Daniel Ames, and Feeling Froggy with Jeremy Brady. Of course, Mega Promotions and Enid, Oklahoma, with Hot Seat, Kurt Kramer back this year once again. Eric Swanson, Obsessed, Misha Swanson with Pretty Obsessed, and of course the other two Ram trucks, that being Dana Gosh driving Ram Demption and Mark Hall driving Raminator. Corinth, Mississippi, with Monster Trucks Unleashed. The lineup includes Black Stallion, Mike Botters, Higher Education, Chris DeHoyos, Iron Warrior with the TBD. Of course, we'll find that out next week. Overkill Evolution, Ryan Robinson. That's another name that Max would be excited for. He would say, yeah. War Wizard with RJ Turner. And, of course, 2X Monster Trucks Live in Antioch, California. Of course, the four lineup trucks. Jeremiah Paris, Brutal. Corey Kinel, Jacqueline Hyde, Mike Nugent with Ron Rex. And then the man, Dahlgren, Shark Bite. Yeah. Knoxville, Tennessee. Okay. I believe Nofagin will be going. I forgot that he is in Atlanta and then will be coming back immediately. Knoxville, Tennessee will be having the All-Star Monster Tour in, obviously, you just said it, in the Smoky Mountain Speedway. High Tide with Zach Wickenbach, Kraken, Nick Pagrulo, Little Miss Madness, Athena Kozel, Misfire, Brooke Pagrulo, and Rat Attack, Jacob Ladwig. Grand Forks, North Dakota, for the Toughest Monster Tour. Blockhead with Darren Basil, Dirt Crew, Jerry Beck, Dirt Crew Dozer with David Alford, Jurassic Attack, Preston Collins, Maximus, Jerry Smith, and Velociraptor, Preston Perez. And next up, talk about international. They are here now. Of course, the lineup, we now have, I believe, 6 shows for Monster Jam this upcoming weekend. Of course, 5 of those domestically, and the first one being international. So, of course, the first one, literally internationally, just this upcoming weekend, starting off in Arnhem, Netherlands, with Earthshaker, Brandon Arthur, El Toro Loco, Peter Nyman, Gravedigger, Charlie Pocken, Megalodon, Mike Waters Jr. Wait a minute. Where was it? Oh, okay. Now I remember. I was like, wait. So, of course, Megalodon, Mike Waters Jr., Monster Mud Dalmatian with Blake Ranger, Sparkle Smash, Chelsea Van Cleef, Thunder Wars, Geneva Keller, and Zombie, Joe Dennis. So, of course, the boys are not here to do the top 3. I will go through them with y'all here. So, in no order exactly, I will go with Blake Ranger, Charlie Pocken, and Brandon Arthur. Next up is Green Bay, Wisconsin for Freestyle Mania. The lineup includes Brianna Mahan, Bailey Circuit, Classroom Crusher, Chucky Pocken, El Toro Loco, Fernando Martinez, Gravedigger, Weston Anderson, Jason Bigatron, Tony Oaks, Megalodon, Michaela Tulashka, Sparkle Smash, Kylie Kent, and Zombie Brandon Tulashka. So my 3 here, I'm going to go with Chucky Pocken, Weston, and Tony. Next up is North Charleston, South Carolina for Arena East. 8 truck lineup. Excuse me, I'm just done at this point. Um, for my three here, I'm gonna go with MJ, Cody, and John Jr. Next up is Vancouver, British Columbia. So, of course, with Blake Granger being gone, and of course being in Arnhem this upcoming weekend, he will not be driving Dalmatian and West. Instead Dalmatian will be driven by NASCAR driver Ryan Vargas, who of course drove El Troloco back a couple weeks ago in Raleigh. So for my three here, since Blake will not be here, I'm gonna go with Armando, Alex, and Tim Hall Jr. Next up, and we got two more actually. We got Birmingham, Alabama for Stadium Series West. Of course, a refresher for the lineup. We have Corey Rummel, Billy Circuit, Cole Vinard, Black Pearl, Jamie Garner, El Torloco, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger, John Gordon, Megalodon, Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash, Shell Shock, Don Widener, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, Tech Deck, Rack Deck, Bryce Kenny, Mike Christensen, Vendetta, Zach Gardner, Wildside, and Bar Sour Zombie. So, my top three here. I'm going to go with Tyler, Ryan, and Dalton Widener. Next up, we have San Antonio, Texas. Of course, if you guys remember, earlier this year, I believe in January, February, around there, it was canceled due to the weather, but they did move up the show to a later date. And of course, that later date is this upcoming weekend for San Antonio in the good old Alamodome. Of course, the refresher for Stadium Series East. Drivers are Avenger Jim Kohler, Classroom Crusher Camden Murphy, El Torlico Joe Foley, Excalibur Mike Pagarulo, Gravedigger Adam Anderson, JCB Diggertron Tristan England, Jester Mag Pagarulo, Lucas Stabilizer Cynthia Gautier, Mayhem Chris Kohler, Megalodon Kevin Crocker, Sparkle Smash Jamie Sullivan, and Thunder Royce Cole Stevens. So my three here for San Antonio. I'm going to go with Magic Mike Pagarulo and Excalibur, Classroom Crusher Camden Murphy. And for my third one, I'm actually just go take it easy and with Tristan England, JCB Diggertron. So that'll be it. That's all the upcoming shows we have for this upcoming weekend for the Monster Truck scene. Other than that, I believe that'll be it. I have nothing else. I don't think I have anything else to bring up other than this was just a short little episode because everyone else has a busy schedule. Like I said earlier, literally at the intro of this episode. So, other than that, don't forget to follow us at SCSL Off the Track on Instagram. Don't forget to listen to us on Spotify and YouTube on the STSL YouTube. Of course, don't forget to follow the main account, Steel Time Sports League, on Instagram and subscribe on YouTube for more of the BeamNG series and, of course, the podcast. Don't forget to get some merch on the links below. Both here on Spotify and YouTube. And other than that, I believe that'll be it. For myself, I am Lane Flores. I will see you guys back here next week for some more Monster Jam, Monster Trucks, and STSL Off the Track. See ya.